Okay, so today we're going to be setting up site-to-site VPN tunnel from Azure to my home lab. For the basics, what you need: route group, of course. I set up a VM so that we can ping it, and you need a virtual network. There is one added thing to put in this virtual network so that you can easily put in a virtual network gateway. You want to add a gateway subnet, and you can either do it by pressing gateway subnet right there, or you can just add a subnet and use the drop down to for virtual network gateway. It makes a gateway subnet. You don't need a full size /24. You can get away with a 26 or 27, and you don't need any of these other options. I'm just going to add it just like that. And now when we make the virtual network gateway, it's going to automatically select this gateway subnet. Okay, next thing we're going to do here is create a virtual network gateway. Create. We're going to call it BNG1, Unit 1, Route Group 1. We're going to make it the smallest possible so it's the cheapest. So that's all we need for this demo. We're going to put it on our virtual network, and it automatically loads up the gateway subnet that we made. We're going to make a new it needs a new public IP address for peering, and we're not going to do active mode for the demo. We don't need BGP. We don't need key vault. We'll hit next. We'll hit review and create. Going to hit create. And now this deployment takes about 30 minutes. While we're waiting for that, we're going to create a local network gateway. Now your local network gateway is kind of confusing. When it says local network, it means the network, the remote network. So my home lab. Throw that in route group 1. We're going to name it LNG1 in route group 1. Then you have to get your public IP address and put that in there so that when you do your peering, Azure will know where to look. So I'm going to put that in there, and then you need to put in the IP ranges for the traffic that you're going to allow over the VPN tunnel. So behind my ASA firewall is this subnet, so we're just going to put that in there. Hit next. We don't need BGP. We're going to hit review and create, and then we're going to create that local network gateway. Okay, so now that the virtual network gateway and the local network gateway is deployed, I'm going to go into our virtual network gateway, and we're going to do a connection. I'm going to add a connection. We're going to change this to site-to-site IPsec. We'll name it something like Azure to Lab. I'm going to hit next for settings. Choose your reversible network gateway. Our local network gateway, we're going to use pre-shared key. We're going to use ICAV2, but we're not going to use a default. We're going to use a custom because we need to change to what my ASA supports, which is PFS24. So that looks good. We're going to change the lifetime to 28800, which is the default on the Cisco side, and all of this looks good. I'm gonna hit next, create this connection. Now our connection is deployed and I'm on it. Just want to show you, if you go to download configuration, this is pretty cool because it'll write your config for you. You can choose the device you're using on the other side, which to me would be Cisco, would be an ASA, and it would be this iOS, and then you could hit download configuration, and it actually writes the configuration for you to put on your local device, which is pretty cool and convenient. We're going to give it a minute or two to come up. I can actually bring up my ASA console, and we'll try to run a couple packets across, and it looks like that it just came up. Do a refresh here again. This is not connected, but it looks like it's up to me. If we go to my local machine, ipconfig, you can see we're on my local network here, and we try to ping across to the Azure VM. It does ping, so the tunnel is definitely up. Unsure why Azure is calling it not connected. You can also take a look in on my ASA here for IPsec SAs. You can see that the tunnel is up here, and the peer is this IP right here, which is also the IP of the virtual network gateway. So there you have it. A site-to-site VPN from Azure back to my home lab. Thanks for watching.